Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Joey back at it again to talk about Pokemon cards. I know a lot of other YouTubers seem to have a name for the location that they open up packs and talk to their viewers. So it's not so much a Poke Cave where I'm at right now. It's more of a office, but I'm pretty sure Poke Office is also taken. I would consider maybe Poke Corner because I only have this very small corner to produce this show. But even that one most likely taken. So for now, let's just call it the Poke Desk, and we'll go from there. So welcome to the Poke Desk. Second video. Super excited to be here and talk to you about iconic mystery boxes. And are they really iconic, or are they something else? So let's get into it. I've purchased the Iconic Mystery Box 2.0, which gives you 4 packs and a graded card from the WotC era, Wizards of the Coast. So, very excited when I bought it. Purchase price was $158.99. So, spending that kind of money, you're expecting to get something at least pretty decent. And then there's another pack that I purchased, which was the Wizards of the Coast Pack and Holo. This guarantees a Wizards of the Coast booster pack, with 1 and 4 being a first edition and a holographic Wizards of the Coast graded card. The cost of this was $551.19 after taxes and shipping. Whew. It was a really big risk purchasing both of these, but especially the second one. And I'm here to talk you through what I got from these, if it was worth it, and list below, what do you guys think? If you guys have ever bought iconic mystery boxes, what do you think that the floor is for these? Have you received a ceiling box? I haven't heard of any stories of people pulling good stuff from them other than other influencers, so it made me a little bit nervous, but I took the risk. I'm here to talk to you guys about that. This is sort of what started my passion for wanting to talk about these things and get more vintage Pokemon goods into people's hands for less of a cost. So let's get into it. The first iconic mystery box, again, $158.99. What did I receive from it? I got 1 pack of Brilliant Stars. I got 1 pack of Chilling Reign. 1 pack of Evolving Skies. So that's 3 packs, Sword and Shield era. Okay. A little bit nervous, That is about $15 in value. But that's okay, because we've got a graded card coming up, and we have the opportunity for a vintage pack. So, let's get to it. But what is that last pack? Well, I can tell you this. I already opened it. And in frustration of what it was, I opened the pack for fun. Which, at the end of the day, that's what this is. You gotta have fun with it. You gotta enjoy it. You gotta love opening Pokemon cards. But it was an Unbroken Bonds booster pack. An Unbroken Bonds booster pack is not vintage. It is Sun and Moon era. And currently, the market price for an Unbroken Bonds booster pack is no more than $14.47. So you're talking about $30 in value on a $159 box so far. That's really, really bad. I was nervous. I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I didn't know that what the floor could be for this stuff. But I was thinking, hey, maybe because it's such a bad set of booster packs, they're going to send me a really interesting and cool graded card. That had to be it. I was about to get blown away. It was going to be some card worth at least, $40, right? Get me to that 45% to 50% value of the box of what I paid for. Well, that's not what happened. In fact, I believe that what I got from that box must have been their absolute floor package. because what I received in this graded slab was a 2003 Pokemon EX Vibrava reverse foil. Near mint 8. Is it a cool card? Yes. It's absolutely a cool card. I guess. No. I tried to look for the bright side on this. It's not even a stage. It's not even Flygon. I love Flygon. I would have been really happy if this was like Flygon reverse holo. That would have been really, really cool because it is an old card. But I mean, and it is PSA graded, but it's also an 8. It's a junk slab. Now, okay, like maybe maybe this is worth something, right? I don't know. Maybe Vibrava, PSA 8 reverse foil, right? Pokemon EX. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I don't know anything about it because it's just old. Well, no. I was right. It was $12. Which means this card, in particular, is what's known as a junk slab. Because in a Mint 8, it is valued at $12.16. Not even worth the cost to grade the card. Someone sent this off in hopes of getting a 10. Whatever company picked this up, and they were like, yeah, we can throw this in a mystery box. Absolutely trash. Absolutely awful. That brings the total value of the box to $42. $120 short of what I paid for the box. Like, are you kidding me? $160 and I'm getting $40 out of that box? 25% value? That has to be the floor. And that's the risk that you take when you do these mystery boxes. It was a really, really hard lesson to learn. And what made it worse was I had another box coming that day. I had a $551 box coming in from a company that lots of people had pretty decent experiences with. Like Iconic Mystery Box was, they say they're known all over the world, right? They've got great branding, but there's no reviews. And I was thinking to myself, like, how come, like, if you're going to have a mystery box, PokeVault does this all the time. He's very transparent with his odds. You got to be transparent with your odds, and then you got to be okay with being transparent with what your floor is. And that's what I loved that PokeVault did. He said, this is the floor value of what you'll get if you purchase one of the PokeVault high roller mystery boxes. These random third-party companies don't. They will flash you with whatever they have, maybe not even send that stuff in the box. It's a bad investment. And I learned it, and I learned it right away, and unfortunately I was already in on the next one. So, $550 down for the next box. I'm expecting something pretty big. So the first thing, and on the cover they show like Skyridge, $1,000 packs, base set, $500 pack, right? At the time when I purchased it, I had 3 vintage packs. I had a Fossil, I had a Jungle, and a Gym Heroes. None first edition, but still, I had those 3. And it's been one of my goals to collect one of every booster pack, but I want to do it the right way, I don't want to overpay for stuff. It's really expensive. Again, like, the whole point of this channel. It's like over $200 to spend on a pack. I'm like, you can't open it at that point because, I don't know, it's just the emotional swing. It's too emotional to open a pack that you spend that much money on right away. Like, you gotta hold on to it for a little bit and get away from the emotional side of it. Maybe in a few years I'll open it. But I was really excited, thinking to myself, okay, you can get these Fossil and Jungle and Gym Hero stuff pretty easy nowadays. You can get them for like under $200 sometimes, like $180. And I was like, I really hope it's not one of those, because that would be like, it's not hard to get it. It's not interesting to get it. And of course, well, like, what do you know? What do I pull out? Fossil. Now, luckily for me, not only is it a different pack art, but it is a first edition. So I was pretty happy. I mean, you know, $250, $260 for first edition Fossil. You love that. It's, you know, it's still almost $300 short so far of what I paid for the box, but I guess at least if they're going to give you a pack that is, you know, Fossil or Jungle that typically goes for under $200, they did bump me up to the first edition. Now maybe that's just because I got lucky and I'm the 1 in 4, and some people get regular Fossil out of those boxes. But if that's the case, hopefully they get a better graded card. Speaking of which, the graded card comes next, and right now I'm really nervous again. I am about $300 short of the value of the box that I paid for right now, and my stomach is just churning. I am so nervous. I had such a bad experience with the graded card earlier, and to know that I have to rely on a on a graded card again to be worth $300 just to break even. My stomach was in knots. And so I get the card, and I'm looking at it, and I'm saying to myself, there's whitening on the edge. It's not a perfect card by any means. I turn it over, and my stomach drops even more. If you're not going to get a card that looks like it's going to be a 10, then you need that card to be at least a very popular Pokemon or look ridiculously cool in order for it to be worth anything. And I turned it around and got Arbok. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a really cool holo. It is the Wizards of the Coast era holo 2002 from Expedition. They fulfilled what they said on the box. But when I removed my hand, and it didn't even matter at that point, I knew it wasn't going to be worth that much. But it was an 8. So another PSA graded card. Another disappointment from Iconic Mystery Box. Being an iconic day for me, because I don't think I will ever forget how disappointed I was in the results of those mystery boxes on that day. But now, okay, let's at least check what is that card worth? It's worth about $45 maybe. You know, it's a holo from an era that people love, and it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, so there's some love for it. Expedition, you know, great set. But man, what a disappointment. I mean, $275 plus $45, you're talking about $320. That is $230 short of what I paid for. At least this time, it's over 50% of a return. Whereas in the first mystery box, I only got a 25% return. So, percentages, it definitely was better. But the overall cost to my pockets is worse. And not only that, but, you know, this card, it says it's $45, but, like, I don't know who's buying this card unless you are just a huge lover of Arbok. I don't know. So, Iconic Mystery Box, not great in my opinion. That's from what I've seen from them, it's a pretty low floor. 25% return, I think, leaves you a huge opportunity to be greatly disappointed and just disgusted, honestly. I understand that if they do fulfill their promises of having a God box, that's worth up to $2,000 to $3,000, and you've got all this other stuff that you've got to pay for, and the logistics and everything that go into it. We broke it down. Like, you do need to pay. 1 in 50 is a God box, so it takes about 25 to 30 boxes, having almost no value associated to them, in order to break even on that. The numbers are right there. They just entice you with this hope, and they take something that's very emotional and nostalgic, and they feed off of that. So even if their margins are low, they are just absolutely crushing a lot of people in the process. Now, this is my decision to buy these, and I'm not blaming them. Their business. I knew what I was getting into, right? I looked at the odds. I was hoping for better. At least if it was going to be bad packs, it would have been a cool graded card. At least if the pack was going to be... At least the pack was first edition in the second box. But, boy. That was a bit rough. So, I won't be going back to Iconic Mystery Box anytime soon. It just... Take that hard-earned money and go buy exactly what you want with it. It's just... It'll work out way better. You'll be way happier in the end. On the bright side, there was one more mystery box that I did. And this one was just through a random eBay seller. So, I'm pitting an iconic company who is known apparently worldwide against a no-name random eBay seller. Let's see what happens. This box is $230 after shipping and fees. First thing that really drew me in, every mystery box is sent in a card box of your choice. The one that I picked was this cool Team Rocket card box. So, I can store a lot of stuff in here. Got room for your name on the inside. Sweet Gyarados. So not only that, but they do have a base set box. It is a bit more expensive, but you do get some additional things in there. They also have Fossil, and I believe they have Jungle as well. But I went with the Team Rocket box. Thought it looked cooler, a little bit edgier. Colors match exactly what I'm wearing right now. And at $230, I can tell you exactly what I got out of it. First thing I picked out of the box was they give you one ungraded card from the Wizards of the Coast era, and mine is actually a Wizards of the Coast promo holographic Mew. So this card is number 9 in the promo set for Wizards of the Coast. It actually has the prior card, the 8 card, is this same one, but it's a non-holographic card. So when I first opened the box, I thought to myself, oh, this card's not worth much. But then I realized that there was a separate one. And this ungraded is actually worth over $35, which is pretty sick. To get this in pretty solid condition, there's a little bit of whitening on the top edge and on the left side. I don't know if you could see it on this crappy camera. But overall, I mean, this is just a really cool card to collect. This actually inspired me to start collecting the Wizards of the Coast promos. There's 53 in all. And just seeing this card here, and I was like, this would be such a cool idea. It's an obtainable goal. It's, they all have the Black Star promo on them. And they're just going to be all your favorite Pokemon from, growing up with them from the late 90s, early 2000s. So this was a great card to pull. The next was a graded card in it. Now, this one was a CGC. I was looking at it and I said to myself, there's a little bit of whitening on the corners, but I didn't think it was that bad. And when I turned it over, I saw it's actually a pretty cool card. It's another Wizards of the Coast promo. This one actually is the Mewtwo. So, I believe they gave this card out at the Mewtwo Strikes Back, I think VHS premiere. So it's when the movie came out, they gave this card out with the VHSs. If whoever's watching this is of age to know what a VHS is, but is so here we got like another Black Star promo, number 14 in the set. We got 9 and 14, and one of them's graded. Plus Mew and Mewtwo. I mean, pretty sick altogether. Can't go wrong. The next thing was a random Chinese. It was a foreign booster pack. This one of the Chinese EX Legend Maker set. So there's some really cool cards in here. It's a much cheaper way to kind of pull some of the older art cards, especially when you look to out of American English cards and non-Japanese too. Chinese is a pretty cool way to do that, and I'm gonna keep this one sealed for now, especially because it's Mew and it's kind of going along with this cool Mewtwo theme that I've been getting. So, and it's my first of that pack. I'd love to keep the first of every pack that I get sealed, but this pack probably $30, $35 in value. The Mewtwo card probably worth about 10 to 15. We're not getting like, we've got some decent value so far. Nothing like super crazy. It was the box was a lot of money. So, and you don't really know what if they're telling the truth with odds, right? At the end of the day. Now, the one thing really interesting about this box is, I'm sorry, it's $330, not $230. But the one thing really interesting about this box is it guarantees a Wizards of the Coast vintage pack. And that's what makes that $330 price point much more stomachable. Because at a minimum, you're saying you're going to get a graded card, you're going to get some old Wizards of the Coast card, you're going to get a foreign booster pack, and then you're guaranteed a pack that's worth at least $180, up to, $1,000. Now, again, I don't know if they're putting Skyridge or Legendary Collection in these mystery boxes. That's the random eBay seller, but they're putting in a vintage pack. It's the same thing I'm getting out of. That's for only for $330. That's that's 2 out of 2. Essentially, if you were to do iconic mystery boxes at the $158 price, that would be $320. So you've got 2 1 in 4 chances, which would be 2 1 in 4 chances, right? So then versus 2 guaranteed or 1 guaranteed, those odds don't add up. You take the 1 guaranteed every time. If you're gonna do 2 like random mystery boxes at $158, you might as well just get the 1 box on this from the random eBay seller that's guaranteeing it. And when I opened up to see what pack it was a jungle. Obviously, like, you're always hoping sky's the limit. Like, what can your profit be? And so it not being one of the ridiculously valuable ones with like a base or even a base set was a little sad. But again, I got what I paid for. This is a vintage pack. It is, it's not easy to get these from like trusted sources. And again, this could definitely not be from a trusted source, but it's still pretty well put together from a pack standpoint. Doesn't look like it was glued down or tampered with at all. I don't see any kind of like, I don't see any weird issues where it would have been glued. That was definitely one of my concerns at the beginning. So it looks good. And again, this could still be weighed, but at the point for me was that I was looking to buy a add to my collection. And at the time, mystery box sounded like a cool way to do it. And I got almost my money's worth out of that one. So spent $330, and I ended up with about $265 in value, so $65 short. Overall, I don't have any regrets. I think that I got a lot of cool pieces for my collection, and it was really fun to open it up with my friends and family. So if I had to decide between some more guaranteed stuff from a random eBay seller or, I guess shooting for the stars from a company that is just, I guess, well known, maybe because of some other influencers, I don't know. I'd probably go. It depends on what you're doing, right? If you're looking for stuff that maybe Iconic Mystery Boxes is better for having, trusting them if they're not going to weigh packs. But I don't know. They're all third party. I would say take your money and probably spend it on whatever you want instead of going the mystery box route. But at the end of the day, have fun with it, and just be happy, because in a few years I'm going to look back on this stuff and I'm going to say, wow, I'm pretty happy that I've got a first edition fossil pack, and I'm pretty happy that I've got this jungle pack, and I'm not going to remember, hopefully, how much money I spent on some of it. So that's all for me, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to be entered into the raffle that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be giving away one Obsidian Flames booster pack when I reach 10 subscribers. I know it's a small goal, but definitely attainable, and I'm going to avoid picking any of my friends or family that are subscribing. If those are the first 10, I'm probably going to have to bump this up to 3 booster packs at maybe the 25 subscriber mark. And then as the big entry, when I reach 100 subscribers, I'm giving away a full booster box, so 36 packs sealed Obsidian Flames. So come on, feel the heat, stay playing around with me. Let's build this community up together. Let's lower the costs, lower the risk for everybody out there who wants to enjoy this great hobby of ours of opening Pokemon cards. All right, and let me take the risk for you. That's better than I'd rather take the risk than somebody else who spend their hard-earned money out there. So that's all from me, guys. Take it easy.